On our lovely late IHP show, we are most likely going to have twos because I got a couple things to continue on since today didn't go as planned. And in fact, our Leo season energies. Let me read to you something that I found on our lovely cirrusjoy.com. And it's You're Always With You. Visit us and see for yourself. I don't know what they do, but sunny and compassionate. And it has a little teary-eyed sun. And it says, Wednesday, July 24th, step, second day or second degree Leo. Feelings and emotions rule the day today. Be advised, any repressed feels from the heart may burst forth, demanding your attention. The lesson is to respond to your feelings with love, acceptance, and compassion. For the journey, this elevates you to the next level. The truth is, all you needed was self-love to grow, and that's for all of those of you who know already, because at IHP, that's what we talk about. Self-love means that you unconsciously love yourself, you be yourself, and that doesn't mean you go around being rude to other people. No, you actively enjoy other people. When we meet Cuscos, and there's a bountiful of them, I know my brain consistently spots that which it does not want in life because our brain protects us. And so it will be noticing the negative. I don't use negative because other people are not negative. Human suffering love narrative is simply the other end of the spectrum from my human love narrative, which we do all here because we choose love. That's the point of you knowing self-love and knowing how to be yourself and then knowing how to accept when you get rejected. And so here's why the concept of the one and loving one person for your very lovely host here, as I got to do my Fibonacci and infinite higher human conscious potential again and again and again, I got to expand more. And I got to love more. And you heard some about it. So tomorrow we'll have the 2 episodes that I didn't get to share today of how when an infinite higher human conscious potential person gets told, you should change, I thought you would change. Basically, those who are potential life partners. Because see, if you're the one, it's because I accept you unconditionally. That means that I welcome you. That means that I work with all of that, which is a part of your day-to-day. And that's why I shared with you the story of our lovely narcissist, content creator, and educator from her own subjective experiences, who's an authentic healing narcissist and who's an authentic healed, and in the regression, I forget how it's worded, but borderline personality. We also have another lovely man on the journey to healing with borderline personality. And he also is content creator and educational because he shares, this is what it's like for me in a day where I have that thing called complete dorsal vagal dissociative clinical shutdown, and what goes through my mind and how I'm trying to motivate, and I'm successfully doing it. It's hard, but I'm doing it. So they're not romanticizing or demonizing. No, they're authentically sharing their journey so that other people who struggle with borderline personality and narcissism and who are with good therapists can see, hey, your split thinking and black and white thinking, your maladaptive child patterns that bring you to addictive behaviors, whether it's whatever it is that is harmful to you. Drugs, fucking, and drinking are harmful when done in ways where a human being has these maladaptive child patterns because they're not moving forward or staying and then slowly, no, they're going to have an escalator to go down back to that hellhole. Because that's where, thank you, Dr. Daniel Fox, as he shares, you have 2 options. You work with your mindset, you work with your lens, your BPD lens or your NPD lens, and I do know you can work with your sociopathy lens and your psychopathy lens. And that's why those who go on these human beings pages, the ones who are here, but anyone, and they want to demonize them, why? But then again, social media is social for a reason. So hopefully we'll find out in the years to come. We will be able to have freedom of speech like we always have. Because if I went to Square, which I do have and I did as an adolescent, we would get to do a bunch of things that we now see on social media. So nothing has actively, in fact, changed. If you ask an infinite piece of consciousness, there's become more. More does not mean different. It means more. It's not destabilizing to the people who stay grounded in a safe haven, secure base body. It's me in my ventral vagal. That's what unflappability, that's what true any type of spirituality is. It's I live a life of meaning and connection beyond the solo self. I know how to be in my social engagement system because I'm a securely attached mammal. I don't need the story of Lucifer, the fallen angels, or the angels that are not fallen. However, what I can share with you all about my story with catechism and me choosing to confirm is that that is my first light body experience. That's why I recognize the second. And then the third is I recognize the Holy Spirit. And yet I'm a Reiki practitioner and I'm an Akashic record reader. And I'm a tarot card oracle reader. And there are those who will not tell anyone that's a person who knows the Holy Spirit. They will actively speak otherwise. They will actively speak otherwise and then present to human beings the bunch of texts in the order that they want. That's an adaptive child for you, by the way, who has non-bilateral integration, who is 7 to 14 charming, that's for sure, and who definitely thinks that by listing those books in order with their bibliography, and then having a tone and having a presence, and therefore presenting in the silverback manner, and then having lost boys, lost girls, lost days who look up to you. Impressive, huh? Yeah, sure. Not impressive to me, and not impressive to any person who does know the Holy Spirit and faith. Because if there's one thing that's disrespectful is to have an ego. And therefore to think of yourself as someone who is better than others based on something that is called a bunch of books, based on a closed mind who doesn't really take their thoughts and their heart and say, hold on a minute. Anybody remember the heart of the Egyptian king that grew harder? I forget from which one of the books it's from, but I got it from Eric Fromm. Eric Fromm, he is the first person who finally, I was like, shit, I finally met someone who knows what I feel when I say I love. It consistently expands. It's not actually for one person, it's an action, it's a verb, it's always here. It's not directed at one person. And people will say that the polyamory knows nothing of love and that we are traumatized or masochists or a lot of other things. And well, let's see. The lesson is to respond to your feelings with love, acceptance, and compassion for the journey. Elevates the After examining your true, capitalized feelings about life, your mind will reframe what you deserve out of the future. It's funny when you use the word deserve. The universe has no interest in repeating experiences. Use what you have emotionally learned about how to love yourself to plan a future that resolves hurt and creates paradise. So the part about deserve, wording is important, and whenever I hear wording, I think of the adaptive child that will take that and then they will be their self and they will do so with, how dare you do something different. So I will say that all of us can examine our feelings about life when you know about your feelings involving dislikes and likes. And then it involves you moving those filters and what's personal and putting it aside. Then once you've done that, it involves knowing, so in my case today, okay, Maria, so we are actively picking up on the collective. At a certain point, I was like, you know what? It seems familiar. That's right. August is always this month where we have the Leo. And Leo is all about, yes, Leo's definitely about shining. However, Leo's definite shine depends on if people have the capacity to know how to cultivate that which is their community with love and share their bounty. Or are they a Leo who doesn't know how to work with anger and with pizzazz and with all that which is rumbling and roaring? And so humanly speaking, when you don't meet those who know how to do what we do here at Aquarius Land, which is collaborate, they don't know how to repair ruptures or splinters, and therefore we will have a take two. They don't know how to say all humans are my loved ones and my lovers are people, and we talk about things. And so life partners and relationships, 5D collective, we accept each other with flaws and imperfections and do it the functional way, which is we passionately talk with an open heart. That's Pachaland. That's what 5D is about. Come on over for part 2 if you're interested. In the meantime, if you don't, thank you for stopping by. Like, share, and subscribe if you'd like, and go to YouTube for my TikTok followers.